Yo, carnivore folks, Chris Brandlin here. I was going to show you some new little cheap tools I got on Amazon. You get these push-up handles. Some people complain about having wrist problems when you're doing push-ups. And they even said even when they try to do those handstand push-ups that I perform, they said their wrists are really cranky, and as we get older, we develop what's called little bitch syndrome, where we get really sensitive to everything. So I wanted to put together a little video on these push-up handles. These come in really good handy because not only do you have a little more control, but you can keep a neutral wrist. And I always tell some people just do knuckle wrist push-ups or knuckle push-ups because it's a little easier, but some people get very sensitive. They said my knuckles hurt, but those are the type of people that use pronouns and think men can get pregnant. So we got a lot of too many beta males, right? I always have to say that during my campaign. So what I'm gonna do today is I'm gonna try something a little bit more, not really risky, but something I haven't tried in a while. I'm gonna see if I can do basically I'm gonna do I guess they call it the crow pose to a handstand. But what's good about this is I can actually use these to do to hold myself and to brace myself and kind of get control, because when I basically grip this nice and tight, I can have wrist control. Sometimes where you're just putting not only that, I've broken all my fingers and my hands, but sometimes when you're on the floor with your wrist straight up on the floor, you don't have so much control. So this gives you enough control. So I'm going to show you how to use this. Okay, so I had to back it up a little bit, just off the wall. A little more comfortable. Wrist control is key. Get set. Used to go a little longer, but it shows you. Actually, it was a lot easier because I had the wrist control. I was kind of using my wrist to kind of control this with my body weight. The core is a different function, and probably got to develop my core strength a little bit more. And since I'm going to be doing some more dangerous things later this year during the campaign, I want to do something a little active every week. So yeah, I recommend these. If you guys want to go on Amazon, these are like $8 or $9. A lot of people that complain about doing push-ups in the office because their wrists are really sensitive, and they don't want to do the knuckle push-ups because they have sensitive knuckles, or they got that LBS, the little bitch syndrome. I definitely recommend these as a good accessory to your office.